He was taken in as a foster at 4 months old, with a fuzzy face and tiny but strong body. It was December, shortly before Christmas. He was brought in from the cold. He had gorgeous brown eyes and a pretty face. He was a wild child, tearing up a great many things and blowing through things like a tiny tornado. He couldn't be in the rest of the house, so he stayed in his foster mom's bedroom. He had a sizable crate with everything in it he could ever need, but his foster mom wanted him to roam, so she let him do that in her bedroom. He begged and pleaded with his foster mom, wanting her to let him out of there. She said, "Not until you go to the doctor." So he left it alone, until he got to the point where he was willing to go along with foster mom. After several months, foster mom stopped being foster mom. She became real mom, and she was everything he ever wanted. He settled down. Or so real mom thought. He heard scratching in the walls one night. He'd heard of mice in there, but he'd been told there were no such things. He didn't listen. He became determined to prove himself to his other siblings. He may have been tiny, but he wanted to prove he was mighty. One night he found them, a whole nest of mice. He remembered what life was like before being rescued, but he'd still wanted to try to be nice. So he asked them to leave in a futile attempt at peace. The mice laughed at him, and he didn't like that. The next morning, real mom found him passed out in a puddle of blood. Thinking the worst, she began to cry, asking the monkey boy what happened, even though she didn't think he'd answer. Much to her delight, he blinked awake and looked around. His eyes glazed over, blood around his mouth. Real mom soon saw that it was not his blood. He'd killed all the mice. "You're a good kitty, monkey. Now let's snuggle," his real mom said.